Dobar dan svi, kako ste vi? Dobro su? Dobro si? Dobro. Ja ne govorim uopšte srpski, odlično. Ja sam samo naučio od babi i dede kad ja sam bio mali, ali ja ne govorim i onda zaboravim. So I'm so sorry I'm going to be speaking in English, but I heard that you will understand English anyway. True?
Yeah.
Good, fantastic. So I just first of all want to say that I'm very honored to be here in your midst. I met your founder and president and the team here just for a couple minutes and got to shake their hand and give them a hug. I hug everyone, I love hugging everyone, and I just want to say thank you for your authentic leadership, your authentic quality control in who you are, how you do things, and it's trickled down all throughout the school. And so I've really been around in 59 countries, and I've been to many universities, and I've been to a couple universities now that, as you heard, in Serbia, and I've now spoken to over 10,000 students just this trip, but this is my third time here in this country. My mom and dad actually were from Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia in 1962. My mom was 6 years old. They crossed the Austrian Alps with their family of 9 children and went to Australia with nothing but the clothes on their back. And my dad, he was 15 years old. And so my parents, they come from a background of understanding what war is, what a lack of opportunity is, what persecution is, and what poverty is. And they always said, Nick, you know what? You have to be thankful with what you have. Don't complain about what you don't have, because you actually will not just survive, you will also help other people in need. You can never forget the people who have less than you. And some people, when they hear that message, they're like, but still it doesn't change anything for me. You know, well, what about my depression? What about my fear? And all throughout Serbia, in the last, I don't know, couple days that I've had meetings with many different influential people, many students, all across media, we're talking about, well, how can we see the next level of Serbia come? Well, I'm very encouraged to see that your school here is really a shining star in Serbia. That maybe not everyone in Serbia knows about your school, maybe they know something about your school, but I just want you to know I'm very impressed with where you are as a company, and I can see the future. Basically, that you are not just inspiring youth, but giving opportunity for the next generation to really do something, to really understand that there is opportunity coming. It's not the end of the story for Serbia, but there is a new wave of energy, there's a new wave of optimism, there's a new wave of education, there's a new wave of opportunity to seize. And what I love about this, the little that I've actually talked with the leadership here, is that we don't only just talk about our own success, but we also think about other people in need as well. I want you to know that that is a very big thing for me. And first of all, congratulations to your school. And honestly, I'm 33 years old, and I have 2 boys and I have a wife, and I'm very thankful. I have 2 companies, I have only 11 employees. And for me in my life, the biggest thing for me is to spread a message of hope and love, but not just in a message, but also in action. And I just want you to know I'm coming back in a year from now. I'm going to spend a day with you. When we come back, we'll put aside a schedule. We're going to come back in July next year. And we'd love to just spend some time with all of you, and we can have some more discussion and a bigger forum than just 45 minutes. I'd like to have an interactive discussion with you, because it's very interesting in the field that you're in. You know, when you look at the world, there is a lot of people that obviously use technology and internet and social media for different negative things. There are obviously the most productive things that you're doing is for companies, and that's great and that's beautiful. But really what I'm looking forward to as well is the day that our next generation, our generation, actually uses social media and technology in such an amazing, world-edifying way that we actually could really together look at each other and say, you know what, as a world we've never known so much. As a world we've never had so much access to the entire information of the world, and poverty to this, to that, to education. Sure, there's still a lot more development happening in the world, but really what I want to do, I have a dream. And we were talking a little bit about, you know, some different creative ideas, but what I want to share with you is understanding that you can use your skill in different ways. And I want you to think creatively not just for yourself, but for society. And really, the biggest ideas always came from somebody. But when the idea came from somebody, they needed a team. You can't do much on your own, but with a team, you can do a lot. And I know that as I'm a CEO and founder and president of one of my companies, team is so important. And I don't want, I don't want you to think of me as somebody who's, going to be now a textbook lecturer, but I want you to understand, to excel in what you want to do helps you to become better in your field. Whatever you want to do, choose something and do it to the best of your ability. I chose speaker. I wanted to be a speaker, and I've now become the best speaker that I can be. And now I can also spread my wings and do other things once I reach that success. So I want you to just keep in mind that when you do reach success, don't forget about the other dreams that you have. Don't forget about the other people that you can help. Because I really believe with the technology and the advancements and the evolution of the world and the information technology industry, one day we will see 400 million people give $1 a day. When you realize how much 400 million US dollars is, to actually build hospitals and schools and orphanages and help developing cities, people who don't have water, people who don't have medicine, I want to help. And we've given away $1 million over the last 10 years, me and my non-profit organization, but I've seen pain. I've seen hunger. I've met 600 slaves. And when you look at these 600 slaves who were 17 years old, and I'm not picking on India because human trafficking is everywhere. Human trafficking is an $8.3 billion industry in the United States of America. But when I was in India in front of these 600 teenagers, they were actually sold into slavery by their own parents for $700 at 10 years old. What do you tell them? Just be positive? Reincarnation, better luck next time? Here's a book? No. You need faith and hope. And you can't just bring a message of hope, you need to help them. And one of my friends single-handedly rescued 250 slaves himself. And these 250 slaves, they now have a job. And you know what these slaves do now? When they have a job, they don't save up for a car, they don't save up for a house. You know what they do? They actually save up $700, go back to the brothels in Mumbai, India, go up to the house that they used to be a slave in, go up to the master who used to abuse them, and look him in the eye and say, I love you, I'm praying for you, I forgive you, but I'm praying that you stop what you're doing and stop treating these kids like this. There's a better way for you to make money than this. I'm here, I love you, here's $700, give me one of your slaves. And they take one of those slaves home and they become their sister or they become their brother. And they basically take them through the rehabilitation camp and they help them find a job, they save up money, and together they go back and they set another slave free. I've seen 3 generations of slavery be free. And I want you to understand that change comes when change happens. Change happens when a vision is sparked and a team around you, you become a team member. Be the best team member that you can be and excel at everything that you do. Do it with all your heart. I'm never going to tell you that I'm perfect. Just ask my wife. I'm not perfect. I want you to know that I still cry sometimes. I want you to know I have good days and bad days. There are seasons of economics. There are seasons of cultural shifts. There are seasons of society. We understand that, and even the world around us. But be ready. Do everything that you can do. Be faithful with what you've been given. Do your best. Don't put pressure on yourself now to be 100%, because you're not going to be 100%. Be ready to fail. Be ready to learn. Failure is a part of life. Life without failure is a classroom without a teacher. And the greatest things that I've learned was from my failures. If you fail, don't beat yourself up. Well, you can a little bit, but not for too long, because there's more opportunity coming. Now that you failed, you learn, you're wiser. Let me ask you, if I was born with arms and legs, do you think I would have the strength that I have? If I was born with arms and legs, do you think I'd have the courage that I have? No, probably not. Why? Because the struggles of yesterday make you who you are today, and today you're stronger for tomorrow. We don't know what happens tomorrow, but we set small goals. Take one step at a time, one step at a time. To show you what courage is, I'm going to jump off the table, do a backflip, and land on the floor. Okay, are we ready? You're all quiet. Yes, esperamo. Ready? No? No. Girls, are you ready? No. Boys, are you ready? Ready? Jedan, dva, tri. I'm joking, man. Are you serious? If I did that, I'll break my arm or something, alright? I want you to know I love my life, and really, you gotta understand, it's okay to try and then fail. If I fall down 100 times and I try 100 times to get up, am I a failure if I fail 100 times? No. Then why do you sometimes think that you are? Thomas Edison, he made the what? Light bulb. Anyone know how many times he tried?
10,000 times.
10,000 times. Someone came up to Thomas Edison and said, hey, how does it feel failing 9,999 times? You know what he said? I never failed 9,999 times. Now I know 9,999 ways in how not to make a light bulb. Failure, when it comes, don't stop. Don't give up. Get up. Dreams come true. I want you to know the truth of happiness is so beautiful. I never thought that I would ever get married. I never thought that someone would want to love me and spend the rest of their life with a limbless man who can't even brush his own teeth. And I thought I'd never be independent. I never thought I'd ever travel. I've now met 15 prime ministers and presidents. I've been around the world. I'm friends with 8 different governments. Laws change in the education system, and many departments of the government, they refer about this young man, Nik Vujičić. I never thought a government would ever speak about me. I never thought that people would ever speak about me. I never thought I'd write a book. I never thought that I'd be able to see just such an amazing mom and dad who loved me all the way through it. And I want to thank you so much for your sponsorship for the first 500 books that is now given away here to Serbians. And 50 of those will go to your company, but really it's going to go to the people who really need to hear some inspiration of how my dad brought me up as a special needs child. And we really know that that's going to bring some value to many, many people's lives in Serbia. But if it wasn't for your sponsorship, we wouldn't have been able to translate the book so fast and release it so fast. And for me to be here in Serbia, to have my Serbian dad's book out there, knowing he has cancer, it's an amazing blessing beyond words. And so when I now see my mom and dad, who were once very poor, who now have a limbless man, who's being the hands and feet of love and bringing a message of hope, it's incredible. I used to be worried, well, how am I going to hold my wife's hand? Well, I don't need to hold my wife's hand, I just need to hold her heart. You don't need arms and legs, you need peace, you need purpose, you need love, you need strength, you need courage, you need vision more than arms and legs. Money helps. Money helps, but if you put your happiness in money, if money becomes your God, you will not be happy. If you put your happiness in temporary things, your happiness will be temporary. Money, drugs, sex, alcohol, pornography, fame, and fortune, if you put your happiness in these things, you're not going to be satisfied. You need to be satisfied in your spirit and in your soul. And I look at my dad, who's 61 years old, and he is complete in his spirit, and he is complete in his soul. He knows he is not a Serbian citizen, Australian citizen living in America. He's a citizen of heaven passing through and going home. And when he takes his last breath, I know we're going to see each other again. When you have faith and your spirit becomes unstoppable, you can take out my tongue. You can take out my eyes, take off my ears, but you can't touch my spirit and you can't touch my soul. I want you to understand, you'll never be able to take the spirit of Serbians out of Serbia. And we're a strong people. We've been through a lot. But I want you to understand something. We have enough problems in this country already. Let's love each other. Let's encourage each other. Let's not divide amongst each other. May more Serbians help Serbians. You might be thinking, well, Nick, you were born in Australia. It was much easier for you. Look at us. Ti ne znaš šta imamo ovdje I šta nemamo ovdje uopšte, Nick. Ali, when I graduated from high school, I had no government support from Australia. Nothing. I couldn't go to university. I needed someone to feed me. I needed someone to take me to the toilet. No one could help me. Okay? So we had to understand that what happened, Australians started a non-profit organization. And Australians had a vision. They got a team. And enough people believed in it. And what the vision was that people in wheelchairs would actually have the opportunity to go to university. And if it wasn't for that vision, if it wasn't for that team, I wouldn't go to university. If I didn't go to university, there's no way I would have got a working visa to go to California. If I never went to California, I would probably never start a non-profit. If I never went to California, I would probably never meet my wife. If I never went to California, I wouldn't have maybe met my boy. Do you understand? There is a cause and effect to your decisions and the opportunities that you have. So give yourself every chance you get. Because you don't know what beautiful things can come from your broken pieces until you give your broken pieces a chance. And I used to be worried, in conclusion, about how am I going to hold my kids when they cry? Well, I don't have hands to hold my kids. When he cries, I can't put my arms around Kiyoshi. He's 3 years old. He's already taller than me. He's so beautiful. Imamo Kiyoshi I Dejan. And Kiyoshi, 3 years old, he cries. I can't put my arms around him. He comes and puts his arms around Tata. So you got to understand that beautiful things come. The last thing I want to ask you is this. Who are you? What do you want? Ready? You have 30 seconds to breathe. 25. How would you be remembered? A kind person, generous person, encouraging person, or a selfish, bitter, angry, depressed, gossiping person? Who are you? If you don't like something about you, try and change you. Try. Why? Because it's worthwhile trying to change to be better people. When was the last time you hugged your mum? When was the last time you hugged her and gave her flowers? You have life ahead of you. Today, make it count. Your dad was an alcoholic. Now you know what not to be for your own kids. Celebrate as much as you can. Celebrate the success of this institution, because I don't think you understand how beautiful of a stake this means for a country like this. Be proud, but be humble. Be proud that you're a part of something to show this country we will not stay where we've been. We're moving forward. We're dreaming big. We're helping Serbians. And never give up. Thank you very much. Say quickly two more things. If you ever find yourself in depression, write down the 3 things that you are most thankful for. That's 1. Number 2, Go to a hospital where there are children with cancer. Go with them with a guitar. Bring them a book. Bring them a toy. Help them laugh. Help them get their mind off their cancer. And you'll see what that does for your heart. It's something beautiful. I just want to say, Mami, Tata, puno pozdravili, from the Vujičić family to all of you. May God bless you. Molim za vas. We all need prayer. We all need God. But I just want to tell you, we love you. And this book, and today it being released with your help, I want to thank Tesla. I want to thank all the branches of your company. I want to thank your school. Thank you so much. And I look forward to dreaming together to see Serbia become a brighter place, one step at a time. Thank you very much. Imamo sad vremena, imamo, ja mislim, 10 o 15 minuta, ako imaš, kako kažeš? Pitanja. Ako imaš neki pitanja, don't wait. Don't wait for someone else to ask a question. Don't be afraid to ask a question.